Hello! Welcome back to my channel, Healing with Kiara. So we're going to be doing another karmic love reading. So I think those are kind of fun. So we're going to be using the tarot Carlotydes. I believe that's how you say it. And then we're also going to look at the Spill the Beans deck and these karmic messages here. And then potentially another oracle card if I feel called at the end. So yeah, I'm gonna get, it's like the person on your mind and your energy, and then like the karmic energy, and read like all the different connecting energies. Like you and your person's energy, their energy towards the karmic's energy towards you. Just like see what we're looking at tonight. Oof. Okay, we're gonna get clarity here. Okay, so with the other person, we have the Three of Wands. With you, we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. So the first thing I picked up with this is like, maybe before you were like super, super reactive or hot-headed or quick to like bite the other person's head off or like be really reactive if they like played games with you or like tried to make you jealous or like tried to rely on other people or like give other people power in the relationship. and now it's like you've turned this around here. um but then we have the Knight of Wands clarifying, so it's like you're still coming from this really passionate um place here, but you're no longer just like, it's like you no longer are so focused on them, or you no longer like putting all your importance or value on them. You're like more willing to go with the flow and just like move on to the next thing, or be like, whereas before you needed to kind of like control the situation more, or like if it wasn't going a certain way you would like be really reactive and like freak out. And now it's like you have this more chill, laid back, like, okay, well, if that didn't work out, then I'll just go over here. Like, um, it's like you still have a lot of like hope that like you'll find passion elsewhere, so you don't feel like you need to be so reactive to this here, or like you need to like feed into these games and try and like get the upper hand and like get this person back like with their head on the sword. It's like you don't need to like be the one that comes out on top or like win here. It's like you're just willing to like go with the flow and just like, yeah, like there's this, you're like willing to be on to the next, because there's this like optimism here, or this yeah, there's this hope that if you just like move forward, that you'll still be able to find something really special, or something that you're really passionate about, or someone you're really attracted to. So it's like you're willing to just kind of like move out of this energy you were in before, of like being defensive, reactive, feeling like you needed to like stand your ground, or um like prove something to the other person, like prove a point to them, not necessarily be the one to come out on top, but like, just like you would maybe like get reactive and feel like you needed to argue with this person and prove to them like, okay, well then you know what I mean, just like feed into their games in some way. This is a general reading, so it'll be different for everyone, but um and then another thing I picked up, so like with the Queen of Swords in reverse here, um with the karmic energy, we have the Knave of Swords. So this is like I believe that's like, I'm not sure if it's the knight or the page honestly right now. Oh, it's a page. Yeah. Yeah. So this is like the Page of Swords, okay? So the pages are this, it's this very like young, okay, it's like you're just starting out here. Like you haven't really gotten to this place of being in this Queen of Swords energy, of like being able to sit in your power because of all of the like information you've accumulated, or it's like all these battles that you've already fought, or like um with you here, it's like you have something to prove here. It's like you have like uh blood on your sleeve from like, the battles you've had to fought. It's like you've really earned like a lot of people's respect here, and so you felt as though you had to like defend yourself or stand up to yourself towards this other person when they would like play games with you and like bring other people into the situation, or try and collaborate with other people, or try and feel like, make you feel like other people had more power in the situation than you, or something. um or yeah, just make you jealous that they were like gonna choose something else or invest in something else. um yeah, you felt like you had to like be like, okay, no, but you were already in this place, right? Like you're already in this queen place, so it's like you realize you can actually kind of relax and um like give into your passions or your emotions, or um like kind of do what you have to do here. So you've already kind of been there, done that type of energy. So you have this like very mature energy. So maybe that's why this person likes to play these types of games with you, because it's like to see you get all riled up and be reactive lets them know like, okay, I still have a sense of power over them, because you're someone who's already elevated to a place where you're like already in your power. And so this other person is like still on that journey. Like, so what I'm getting with the Knave of Swords, like the Page of Swords here, it's like they see you as someone who's like in where they're trying to get. Like they see you as someone who's um sitting in the position that they're trying to get in. So for this person, even like being in this relationship, they could have seen like, okay, for me to be like in partnership with this individual here, that's like going to help elevate me to this level that this Queen of Swords is at. But what I'm seeing with you here is like you've had to like fight your way to get here, right? Like you've had to really stand your ground and defend yourself, and um you had to develop like this certain level of like, a lot of people tried to like test you and cross you and test your boundaries and like hold power over you, and you had to like really like rise above a lot of ish and like not necessarily prove your point to a lot of people, but in a sense kind of like you had to really just like rise above a lot of like your emotions and have a lot of like self-respect. And so it's like you've really like earned this like place, or you've like fought to get to this position. So certain type of people like in order to like make you weak or give them a certain sense of power over you, it's almost like um their ego thrives on that like even more, because you've already kind of elevated yourself like past that point. um so this person is like trying to get to that place. Like this person wants, like they just see you in a certain like light in your life in some way, and they want to be in that position also. Like they want to elevate themselves to that level. Like they're just starting out on their journey of like trying to learn how to like set boundaries and have self-respect and just be one of those people that um is like kind of set apart, because you're not really willing to put up with other people's bullish and play other people's games and be ran around by people. And it's like people like that are kind of intimidating. This Queen of Swords here, it's like kind of intimidating. um People who know their worth and like know their power and like stand in their power and don't let people mess with them. It's like this person, what I'm getting from this card is like this person, this karmic energy is still in this like timid, insecure, like letting other people like kind of play games with them and use them because they are a little bit like insecure. They don't necessarily have a very high self-esteem, and so they're kind of willing to like um yeah, it's like this energy of like wanting to be liked by others, or kind of like walking around on eggshells and kind of like seeing what's going on, and like um there's like a little bit of like an unsure, like wanting to be liked, or like I just initially saw this like it's like they saw what you had here and they thought that they could like put themselves on that journey to like elevate themselves to this place or get to this place that you're in here. But they don't, okay, so what they didn't realize is like you weren't in this Queen of Swords energy. Like you weren't to this like level, or you didn't have this like inner power because of this other person that you were engaging with. You had this because of yourself and your journey, and like all of this stuff that you've went through in your past is like accumulated to like build you to be who you are and like have this certain self-esteem, because like all this stuff you've been through and just what you're worth because of all of your experiences. So this other person was really misguided here. It's like they thought the secret to get to this place that you're in was to like also deal with this same person, or to like go down this same path that they saw you on at that time. But really they didn't see that like what actually put you in your power here um was being able to like walk away. And it was actually the confidence that you have, right, that you could just move on to the next thing and you could find something better, right, and still have like something really passionate and something really unique and interesting and like totally worth the journey. And so it's that sense of self-respect that you have that always keeps you like hopeful that you can move on and like find something else or find something different. That's what gives you that like spark or that sense of something different. And so that's what, now that this person brought this other person in here, that's what you're going to do, right? Like you're going to step into your power and do the same thing you always do, and just like that you're worth it, right? And that you'll find someone to match your energy. And so you're going to go on your journey, right? You're not going to let this person like right away what I got with this person is like they're just like really hopeful that they can make like multiple investments or something. um yeah, so like with this karmic, it's like they thought that I'm seeing like the heart on the ankle here. It's like um they were like misguided in their journey of like, they saw something here, and like, yeah, like I said, they wanted to be like in the same position that you're in, and so they're going about it in this like misguided way to where they're almost like, I'm hearing like they're almost letting themselves be like a doormat to this other person, or letting this other person kind of like use them to put on like a facade here, or like a show here. And so yeah, it's like once you remove yourself from the situation, then this other person here, so we have the tower clarifying. So with the karmic, it's like once you remove yourself and just like go on your journey and move forward here, and you don't like engage and react, because like this person here is expecting you to like react and like bite their head off and like start a fight with them, or like freak out, or like be like, oh my gosh, like get jealous in some way. Like they're expecting you to get really triggered. But once you just like remove yourself from the situation and like the dust settles here, this karmic person is going to have a huge tower moment, because they're going to realize like how misguided they were, or they're going to realize in some way that like the way that they were going about trying to get in the same position that you were in was actually like the opposite. It was like actually getting them further away from the type of energy they want to embody. And just like, yeah, it's really going to throw them off here to have that this realization here that it's like you weren't like in your power because you had this other person. Like this other person wasn't like the factor of like what made you you. um it's the way that you like have self-respect and you react to certain situations is what made you you. And this other person is just um they're just someone that likes to like have like um multiple things that they're invested with, or they like to have like other people in their relationships somehow. Like they could just give like certain other people power in their relationships in some way. They just like enjoy that. So they, yeah, with the like they could have like overactive like people around them that they work with, even like, or family members that they work with even, or like, and then somehow that affects their relationship. Or um they just like to do weird stuff here. I'm just getting like a lot of weird games from this person. And we have the King of Pentacles in the Judgment. So yeah, I'm just getting like, even with their like work, they like to like bring other people in or invest with other people and do these like risky, weird like things, and make it seem like, oh, like just like play weird games. Like say they're in real estate, they like to like just do like shady weird things and then put that in front of their business partner in order to like make their business partner feel some type of way, or like feel territorial, or like try to, I don't know, it's like strategic for them. There's something interesting with it, and it's like maybe their family's involved with that somehow even, I'm getting. um but yeah, they're having like their judgment day is coming with this, because you're like no longer reacting and you're just walking away. So it's like half of the show or half of the mask is like falling apart here. And so then this other person is going to realize like once you're pulled out of the equation, then this person's not going to have a lot to show for it, right? Because like their whole thing is like they gain power by like pitting other people against each other. Like they gain power by like riling one party up, and by like bringing another party in, right? So if you take away the party that they're riling up, in order to like entice the party that they're bringing in, then you eliminate that part of the equation. So now there's nothing to entice people to bring them in, right? So it's like you can't really play the game anymore. And so the people that now that like that they were enticing to bring into the situation, it's all of a sudden there's like a tower moment, and they can actually see the situation for what it is, because now you removed yourself, and so there's no one to like project off of, right? Or project onto. And so then they just have to like stand on their own, right? And they can't like play their weird games. And so then this other person, there's nothing to like lure people in or entice people in or make people feel like, oh, you could have this, or you could be this, or you could be in this position, you could be my girl, because they're like, oh, your girl just left you. Like it just all of a sudden it's like it puts them in a different light. um it's like you can't even keep your girl. Like, what are you talking about? Like so it's all of a sudden they don't look so powerful. All of a sudden they don't look like this king of pentacles that's like got it all figured out, got it all together. Like all of a sudden you can like really just like have a wake up call and just see them in a totally different light. It doesn't look enticing. um yeah, these like powerful guys that like to flex their money, and then they have like um this girl, right? And then there's a lot of other girls that are like, oh, I want to be her, I want to be that. And so they're trying to like compete to do that. And then if that person that just chooses to tap out and walk away from the situation, then they no longer have that cool girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever to like flex and be like, oh, this is the lifestyle you could have, da da da. So then them by themselves isn't so attractive. Like it doesn't look so great. Like them by themselves is just like, oh, actually, that person's not nearly as healthy as I thought it was, or this is like, not what it looked like whenever there was this. It's like, yeah, they want to like be in that position, or they want to elevate to that person's like status in life, or have what that person has. And so um you take that factor away, or if that person just like, yeah, empowers themselves and um moves out of the situation, then it's like a huge wake up call for the karmic, because then it causes you to be like, okay, if that person doesn't even want this situation, or if that person sees like issues here, doesn't want this, then maybe it's just no longer as enticing, right? There's no, the allure there isn't like, it's like, I don't want to be that then, because I could just boss up and be by myself anyways. So other person's like, yeah, losing their status factor, but yeah, they didn't really have like any sort of status to begin with. Like, so yeah, maybe they never really had any money. Like it was like your money that they were flaunting, or like a lot of the reason that they had the lifestyle that they had was because of you. And so or yeah, just certain things, like maybe not money specifically, but just certain things that you guys were doing, or certain activities, or certain people you were around, or certain connections that you had. It was like because of you. And so that person was like really flaunting that lifestyle of like, oh, look at how like, look at me and how connected I am and whatever. Like it really got to their head. And then all these other people are like, ooh, like I really want that. But once you, like, I really want to like be in that position, but once you remove yourself from that, it's like all of that goes away. And then it's like once they're actually dealing with that, then it's like with this person without like you to like project on off of here, then it's like they don't really got it like that. They don't really have those connections. They're not doing all of those things like on their own that they were doing with you, that looked like so enticing and so like fun, and um is like not the same as like what they it looked like on the outside, or like what they thought it would be. um so then they're realizing like, oh, like if that looked super adventurous or exciting or really cool, then it's like that was like their energy. It wasn't this person. Now it's like having a huge tower moment, because they're like, oh my gosh, now I'm just kind of like stuck in this situation that isn't like what I thought it would be. Or yeah, it's like any bad intentions that your other person had here, it's like coming to light here, or any false like representation of who they really were, like how they really had it, you know, how they what they could really bring to the table. It's like all coming to light here. So this person's like, oh my gosh, I really I really messed up here. Whew, we have police on the bottom of the deck. So yeah, maybe some sort of like false something they were doing or some sort of show they were putting on is now catching up to them or coming to light. And so this person's having a huge tower moment because they're like, oh my gosh, now I'm affiliated with this person who's like, um, yeah, they could have like taken it so far that they are actually like, is really catching up with them here. Like it's all coming to light, like whatever they were doing here. And yeah, like you removing yourself from the situation could be causing their lifestyle to catch up to them quicker. Um whew. Oh, interesting. So we have tantric X, astral projection X. So yeah, like getting like you could be like a really spiritual person here. Um So yeah, I'm just getting like you're a very very like deep person here. Like you've been through a lot here and had to like overcome a lot of stuff. So it's just taught you a lot, and so you're just like one of those people that connects with others on a really really deep level. And so like naturally the like relationships that you were in are just a little bit different. It's like there's just like different type of like connections, those deeper level connections. It's just fundamentally different. And so people can see that from the outside, and that's really alluring. That's really attractive. People are really drawn into that. But if you haven't like went on that inner journey for yourself, because we have like it is really like, you know, with the Buddha and stuff here, it is like a spiritual journey to be able to develop these like deeper level emotions and these deeper ways of communicating and deeper levels of intimacy with others. And so it might look really cool on the outside, or it might look really like, oh, I want to be in a relationship like that, or I want like what they have. But it's like if you haven't went on that journey for yourself of like just doing the spiritual work and learning how to like overcome like really uncomfortable emotional situations and set boundaries with others and walk away from things that don't serve you, and um you know, say no to the wrong type of intimacy in order to preserve your like health. And you know, all it's just such a complex journey to be on. And if you haven't like really walked that path for yourself yet, or you're just starting out, is you don't really know how to have like proper boundaries, or to just see like when another person isn't like being genuine here, if another person is not actually truly connecting with you, they're like kind of like using you. um So yeah, it's just like a journey that we're all walking on here. So it's like this karmic person is having a huge wake up call essentially. That they're not really like prepared to like deal with the situation. They don't is I'm just hearing like, especially if it's like really really crazy and chaotic, it's like they don't have the proper like tools yet to know how to like have the proper boundaries in this situation, and so it's going to become really overwhelming and chaotic for them. They just didn't really fully realize like what they bit off more than they could chew, right? They didn't really fully realize what they were getting themselves into, because they didn't have that proper perspective of you, right? Like they just maybe haven't known you like previous before this. They just saw you in this situation, so they didn't see like the path that you've walked and just like your whole journey of just like learning to have self-respect and love yourself, and learning how to like sit in your power and be comfortable having those uncomfortable conversations, and like I said, setting boundaries and saying no to things that don't serve you. And it's just like this really complex thing. So we also have marriage certificate like being cut up. So this could be like if you were in like a long-term commitment with this person. um yeah, I'm getting like you're like really choosing to just like tap out of the cycle and just like move on and be really hopeful and optimistic that something else could come along that you're really passionate about and is like just like really interesting and different and like really worth it. Like with the pyramids, it's like going on this like long journey and just like having hope that there'll be something that's like super super valuable and unique. It's like you specifically have to go on this journey in order to get it. Anyways, but yeah, there's a lot of hope. I'm so sorry about my air conditioning turning on. I really hope you can still hear the video well. I'll try to speak a little louder, but we're almost done. But yeah, you just have a lot of hope that like you'll find like a passionate love again. So, yeah, I'm just getting this like tapping out of the cycle. And then we also have a situation is about to implode. Ish is about to pop off up in flames. So that's like goes we got that and the tower moment. So yeah, this karmic person's about to have like a huge wake up call, as this other person also has a reality check, right? Then this karmic energy is going to have this huge wake up call here and realize, so yeah, something like this other something could really catch up to this other person quite quickly here. And it like really forces the karmic to have to see the situation for what it is, and then they realize they're really quite overwhelmed and they're not actually prepared. Ooh, so we have I am not a good fit for him. So yeah, she's she whoever this is, she or he, they're realizing they're in over their head. Like they don't actually have the tools and the skills, and like they haven't done enough work on themselves to be able to handle this situation. So yeah, they're super, they're like they realize instantly, um this isn't going to be what I thought it was here. His heart isn't available for you right now, to feel like even though they're not a good fit for him, I feel like this could be just because they're like going through so much here and everything's just like really popping off in their life. So I don't think they're available to anyone right now, and so I think the karmic is really starting to see that. I am envious of you because he has deep feelings for you. Now that could be a like part of the tower moment here is they're really realizing like, oh no, I can tell he's unhappy here with me. And that could also be part of the tower moment, is just like being able to tell. This is the key oracle. So we have time to evolve, decisions. It's not a negative situation, but a necessary one. Having the awareness to see it from your soul's perspective that you chose much of this before you incarnated is needed. This releases the victimhood mentality and pulls back your power. We must go through trials and tribulations as an opportunity to evolve. How you choose to interpret the situation hinges on your growth or not. So, yeah, we must go through trials and tribulations as an okay, wait, hold up. What was it here? This releases the victimhood mentality and pulls back your power. We must go through trials and tribulations as an opportunity to evolve. How you choose to interpret the situation hinges on your growth or not. So, yeah, there's like a break in the road here. It's like time to evolve. So, yeah, it's like you're ready to end the cycle and move forward. And um, it's like, yeah, you don't want to keep going in this direction because you're hopeful that if you go in another direction, you'll find something that you care about um, just as much here. Family dynamics reconcile. Your family is requiring a time to heal issues that created a wedge or unrest. We all need support as we move forward, and having an open, loving family unit is essential. So yeah, maybe like there's someone in your family you could like reach out to that you haven't like talked to in a while, or like maybe like some of your relationships with your family kind of suffered because you were going through all these cycles with this here. So one thing that can like help you like move forward out of this and get out of this here is to like reconcile that, or to like reach out to those family members that you haven't talked to in a while, or that you feel like you got kind of like isolated from, and like helping to heal those relationships can like help you to heal yourself and like get back to feeling like being yourself. um I'm also getting, yeah, like whenever we heal ourselves from these types of situations, we just make ourselves that much better for whenever we do meet our person that we're going to have like a family with. So, yeah, it's like the work that we do on ourselves becomes a benefit to like everyone around us and everyone that comes into our lives and everyone that we share relationships with. And so it just helps us to have like that much more healthy, strong, um, just like yeah, really well connected families, which is super important. Super important to have like those people that you can lean on and fall back on whenever you're going through stuff like this, because then you can have people to like lean on and help you like discern through situations. It's like sometimes we care about people so much, or our feelings are so passionate that it's we come blind, kind of blinded, or it's like hard to see the situation um, for exactly as it is. But then uh, like having that family unit that we can rely on to help us like get through these certain situations can literally be life-saving, right? Or just that support, so we don't feel alone, we don't feel trapped or stuck, or feel like we have to stay in a situation because we don't really have anyone else, or we don't know how to get out of it. yeah, like even just sometimes I'm just hearing like sometimes just having like a place to go crash at someone's house that you feel comfortable at for a few days can just like help you get distance enough from the situation long enough to where you feel more comfortable to then like go back to your house and be on your own again and not call them and like just finally move forward and like end the cycle. So whoever that person ends up being could be like someone really unexpected that you haven't talked to, or that um your relationship could have been like sorted at some point over the years, and now you're like learning how to reconcile and heal and um bring that back together as you learn how to like have these like self-respect and boundaries and like move forward out of things that um no longer serve you or like value you and respect you the way that you deserve to be treated. Yeah, I think that's all I have for tonight. So thank you so much. If you like this reading, you can click the link in my description and book a more personal reading. Or if you just wanted to give it a like, I really appreciate it. Um, or yeah, like if this resonates, if you just wanted to like leave a comment, um, that'd be really cool, really helpful. Thank you so much. If you watched this far, I really, really, really appreciate it. And I hope you have a really good night.